big welcome to you, Capricorn. The sun is still in our guardian angel, right? Remember that after Scorpio, the transformation, the letting go, and really letting go, right? Like the trees, letting go of the leaves, letting go of being a show off, kind of, or an extroverted energy, right? And the interesting thing is that with this sun, when we talk about the sun is always something that we look up to, right? It's that energy that we feel. Where is the sun? Where is it coming from, right? And of course, that's how it started. That we eventually started noticing things up in the sky, right? What is this planet that we see and then we don't see? How long does it take? And the moon started to appear in our consciousness, right? So the sun right now is, and I show you the cards, the sun right now is in Sagittarius still, right, until Monday the 21st, we go into your sun sign, right? The sun moves into, I'm gonna put my yoga pose down for a moment. We move into Capricorn, but right now we're still here in this cards, and it again and again. It's so beautiful because I have a whole month to talk about this card, right? And then the other ones I shift. But when you talk about a whole month, about one card, right? One major arcana card, you start noticing more and more the details. And here we have Scorpio, and we have this eruption. It's almost like a volcano. It's like we cannot help it, but look at it. It's like it's very clear. It's like there is a shift in planets happening, and a big shift is happening, that the nights are getting longer, right? And the days are getting shorter. And here on the 21st, when you begin, we have basically the longest night. And it's that winter solstice, right? Is that moment where the sun stops and it's not moving for 3 days. And it's got to its lowest point, right? And then it moves again to the north on the 25th, and that's where this beautiful story of Jesus, and Jesus is born of a virgin, because mostly it is connected to the Virgo sign as well, right? So when you see this, right, this again is the Hermetic Tarot, this is Rider-Waite and Aleister Crowley, come both of this tarot deck, they brotherhood, right? They both come out of this very powerful brotherhood. It was formed 1888. And again, when we can look at things that have triple or quadruple numbers, there is a message there, right? And the message here is that these people knew what they were doing. There's someone working down there. So sorry if you hear the noise, right? But I have to do the reading today because tomorrow is Aquarius. The moon is in Aquarius. So the card from Aleister Crowley is called art. And art is something that we do when water and fire come together. When we create this incredible mix of water and fire. And water and fire are the two cups, right? Because opposite Sagittarius is Gemini, and that's the lovers. And there's two people, and with two people, one fire, one water, we can create with this essence, just with the essence, because this is now being reduced, right, from Gemini to Sagittarius. These two characters have been reduced, have been alchemically transformed, and have become just the Two of Cups. Not like just this big thing, right, to be the Two of Cups, but because it's soulmate. And as you can see, there's just two flowers here, two lilies, and there's this one path up to the crown. And again, when we talk about the crown, right, corona, constantly we say this word, the Spanish word corona, right? But say crown. This is the crown. And when we talk about the crown, I'm going to close the window a little bit. When we talk about the crown, right? The crown is something where in yoga we have the seventh chakra, and the seventh chakra is important. The seventh chakra is right here, this opening, right? These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points, or as you can see here, right? Very clearly, the enlightening, the halo. A lot of spiritual teachers have this halo around them, right? They have painted the halo. And I created the yoga position a forward bend. And in this forward bend, you start to notice when I go deep within, and that's what we're doing after we let go of leaves. There is nothing to show them. It's almost we are naked. The trees are naked. So now what we do, it's suggested to go inwards, to go deep within, let even more go. We already let go in Scorpio, right? We died. We let go of one external perspective that we show ourselves to the public. And now we go even further and deeper within into the subconscious, right? Because here she has one foot here in the ocean of subconsciousness, right? This is the collective subconscious, and the collective subconscious is when we go even deeper into the past, because that's what Paschimottanasana, that's the name of this card, means. Paschimottanasana is really an intense east-west stretch. Now I have again put the hexagram here, which is of course painted on the chest of this person. And remember, right here, the name above this triangle, there's only one triangle that painted, means God, right? And the word in Hebrew, God, is Yahweh. And of course, you would think these are lines of the dress, right? But nevertheless, this is the name of God painted on it. So I created the lotus flower, which then got confirmed by this mantra of Tina Turner on this total eclipse of Sagittarius, right? 2 days before that, I stumbled on this song of in SoundCloud, and it's this repetitive mantra of O Nam Myo Renge Kyo, and it means the teaching of the lotus flower, and it's the royal path, right? And I knew in that moment I am on the right path to put a lotus flower here for this. But I have to paint it again because I have to change this a little bit, the hexagram. So that's the yoga pose. Good. Now the moon is in your sign. And I would like to share with you that my phone died. So my phone died yesterday. It started already right before the lockdown. I noticed that I pushed buttons and it didn't react, and another application opened, and just by look, and I thought, oh, can it read my mind now? It just opened an application that I didn't even want it to be open, and it started to act completely strange. And since yesterday my phone is not reacting anymore. I'm able to open it, but I cannot swipe it open anymore. I cannot use it, and all the stores are closed. I cannot buy a new one, so right now I'm using my iPad. And I feel this is you, Capricorn, right? You letting me know, and this is very clear, you letting me know that the material, right? We get so attached to the material, and I mean, I'm more relaxed because I have the iPad. Nevertheless, I was realizing, okay, it's saying let go. It's saying go deeper within, right? It's saying, yes, we're getting closer and closer to Capricorn, where there is going to be this big shift of a darkness. And not a darkness in a negative way, because the darkness is the feminine, is the womb, is the yin. And in the yin, what happens in the yin? What happens when we close our eyes? What happens when we go inwards? That's when we get the ideas. And the horns here, they're like antennas. And look at the symbol, mystical symbols here, right? And of course, we get attached to this also a little bit of a negative side in our lives. You know, you see, there's quite some heavy stuff going on. So I show you, of course, the Rider-Waite. Attached now are these two people. They're attached, they grew a tail in Gemini. They stand in front of the tree of flames, of creativity, of sexuality. She stands in front of the tree that bears fruits and holds the Kundalini serpent separate. Now she grew a tail, they grew horns, and they're attached to the devil in sense of that darkness that can provide a security for us to do things that we wouldn't do in the light. In the dark, no one sees what we do. Then Aleister Crowley created as well quite an intense situation here, right? I'm not going to go into the absolute details, I just want you to see. Then I found here almost like the Greek god Pan, right? I kind of like this one. He's a human with these horns, and he's strong, but he has here the feminine lying, and of course he actually is the feminine. I almost would love to paint a feminine, a woman as the devil. Why is it a male? It's the dark side. It's the dark side that's coming. It's the darkest night. And from here we go to the light again. From the 25th we go again, right? The sun is shifting and moving to the north and goes to March when again equal. Then I found this one. This is Handel Tarot. It's very interesting. It's a very somber kind of, also with the snake, right? I have a little hard time with this one. Someone gave it to me, but what's fascinating about it that there's 4 different cultures. There's Egyptian, there is Indian, there is native Indian, then there's from India, right? And there is what was the other one? Pagan, to connected with it, right? So I was interested in seeing that. And now a very modern one, very fun one. And as you can see, they drew her feminine because the devil is feminine. It's not a male. It's the sexual energy. And of course, that's why the Bible says she is, right? She is that what the man desires. If she wouldn't exist, he wouldn't even want to have sex. He wouldn't even want to go. But it's all in our head. It's all in our mind. And so the stairs into your head are, right, from an outside. You go inwards, and there you form these warped things, these warped situations that maybe wouldn't usually come into your mind, because sometimes when we are in this darkest night, we celebrate, then we party, and when we party, we intoxicated, right? And we do things that we would usually never do in the light, right? So I think you kind of like this one, right? Then I painted, of course, the dancer pose, because for me, the Greek god Pan, he is a dancer, right? And so I will also repaint this one more time, and it's then where there's the dark side and there's the light side, right? And the sun is slowly coming and shining again, a light over this game, right? This is the fertility, the green with the dark, with in the back the sky that we can look through. And of course I painted the heart because we sometimes get attached on a emotional way, right, into these darker sides that are then shown here. And of course, I just want you to see that a dancer, and it's also, again, I will paint her more like a dark skin, and this is a light skin, or I don't know how I will do. Maybe this I make dark skin and this light skin. I don't know. I have to paint them all again. But this is kind of the dancer pose in the yoga world. For me, that's what you are, right? Good. Then, if you're born between the 12th of December and the 8th of January, you are the Queen of Pentacles, right? If you're born before that, then basically, no. If you're born after that, right, then you have already the King of Swords in you. So you have more Aquarian energy in you, right? Here you start being, when you're born on the 12th of December, it's Sagittarius in your external and Capricorn in your internal, right? If you're born later, then of course there's these influences, so check in the description box below. There I put the court cards, and you can see. So in the Hermetic Tarot, you can see again tons of symbolism. I really love up here the white and the black horns interlacing, almost embracing, creating a spiraling, creating again an empowering energy, right? And that's what these cards really want to show us, yeah? That there is power. Then this one we know, but look at this one, right? I think this is exquisite, right? I love her horns. I love how almost they, right, reach up like the grass, like the blade, and look at her staff. There is a crystal, there is like an empowering energy, there is a crystal, there is something inside that's very, very powerful. So as you can see, she holds a world in her hand with the crossing like the flower of life, and of course we can see here that she is connected to, she is the original Capricorn, right? So that's done, and I see the reading is going to go a little longer. So on the 21st we also have two planets, right here on the 21st of December, two planets moving out of your sign. They've been 20 years in your sign, and they're moving into Aquarius, which is Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and Saturn rules Capricorn. So, same time, these two planets come so close together, they built the Christmas star, and we haven't had the chance to see the Christmas star for 800 years. There was something 400 years ago, but it was so close to the sun we were able to see the star. So now after 800 years, they come so close together again that they form a star. They form this light, this star where black and white come together, and the darkest night, right, is showing us that it's about the feminine, the power of the feminine. And at the same time, of course, they are in Aquarius. And what is Aquarius? The star card. So, as you can see, very powerful times ahead of us, and of course you are in that. You are part of that moment. You are, in general, you are a little bit, since you're ruled by Saturn, right, you have structure, discipline. I mean, you love that, right? You love structure and discipline. and you're planning. You're planning to your future. You're planning to see what you're going to do next year. Maybe you want to travel, maybe you want to go to places again. And I feel like there is something inside of you that you would like to again start traveling. Two of Wands, right, is Mars in Aries. And you, in general, like I said, you are very grounded. Though you are like the hermit up in the mountain, in the Himalayan mountain. You like social order, you like wealth, right? You can accumulate wealth, yeah, because you have that drive inside of you to make that amount of money, right? And to work hard for it. Scorpio, right? This is when the darkness started, right? In that time. And when the darkness started, or when the days got again longer, I mean, the nights got longer and longer and the days got shorter and shorter, you started to be a little bit concerned about your financial situation. Five of Pentacles is Mercury in Taurus. Mercury in Taurus is Mercury is about this, about information that we get, the intelligence and the communication that we can use. And Taurus is about finances, is about wealth, is about everything that we know that is security. And we need to feel secure, right? And in Scorpio time, when Scorpio started, end of October, right, you started to notice a little bit of a feeling of where do I belong, right? And at the end of Scorpio, which was right the 21st of November, you started noticing that it was a difficulty for you. But nevertheless, there's also the possibility that a person came to you, right? A Scorpio came to you and helped you to get through this time. Or a person, a Scorpio, made you feel sad, made you feel feeling defeated, right? Scorpio can be intense, right, with the way they love, and when they withdraw their love, then we feel it, right? Because when these two cards came together, right, this one came alone. So nevertheless, you planned to move forward, but there was something happening in Scorpio where you couldn't go with your plans like you wanted to, right? And of course, we all cannot travel right now, right? And a lot of people don't like that, including myself. So these two came together, so you want to begin completely fresh and new, right? You are here to let yourself fall into the flower of life. I always have the flower of life in one way or another. Like here, I have a ring right here. You can see the flower of life is the most sacred pattern. Out of the flower of life, we can create the hexagram. The hexagram, you need 7 rings, and here are 7, right? You have the central ring and 6 around, and those are those 7 days that we have. And in Judaism, of course, the number 7 is the most holy number, because the number 7 creates this powerful symbol. And with this powerful symbol, we are able to begin new, because there is for you this feeling of going into your past, right? Letting yourself fall into past times so that you can again move forward. Now the 6 of Cups, this is what the 6 of Cups is, right? is the sun in Scorpio. And there is Scorpio, right? Or Scorpio came, and you decided to begin fresh because you had a certain emotional because you planned, right? You planned to travel, but something stopped you, and it was a financial situation stopped you not to go to travel, or a Scorpio stopped you to travel and you decided not to travel. And then you decided to begin fresh. And again, the memory of a deep memory of your past, right, is still wanting to go further because 2 and then 3, right? When I have 2 and then 3, you say, okay, now I really want to take that opportunity because the 3 is the sun in Aries. This is Mars in Aries, Mars, and all in her head. She's like, that's it, I want to go, I want to do my thing. And you do. You don't block, you don't allow nothing to stop you. So in a way, it's almost like this memory, right? Your childhood memory, you want to again come and enjoy yourself the way you used to enjoy yourself, but things have changed a little bit. Now, this major arcana is letting me know that you begin completely fresh from what's happening above, right? So the 2 of Wands, the King of Cups, and the 5 of Pentacles is letting me know that's finished. You let go of that. 7 of Cups and 7 of Cups is Venus in Scorpio. Right? 6 and 7, these are both are connected to Scorpio and Sun and Venus. So the Sun, again, is the ego, is that outer perspective. You want to go and do things. But you can't. And you emotionally thinking about what it is that you want to look deeper. 6, 7, right? You go the next step from 6 to 7. Emotionally, you're like, okay, what do I want? What do I want to keep? And what do I want to let go? And of course, this is mostly the card of illusion. And the card of illusion is that everything we experience here on this physical dimension, right? And you are the most physical dimension. But remember, that physical dimension that we create is all in our head. So it is an illusion, and it's saying, hey, so you have an emotional choice. And you going forward, right? You almost saying here, you don't want to linger in the past anymore. So you're moving forward. Emotionally, you want to move forward. And you will begin this new beginning on the 21st, when the sun is in your sign. Look, she's wearing a yellow dress, so she is connected to that sun. Yeah, you want to begin fresh. So you are emotionally beginning new to have a new idea, a creative new idea, because you had the Two of Wands and you have the Three of Wands, and you have you emotionally moving forward to do something with this idea. You do it for the younger generation because these are young children. So either you are young, right, and do this, and this could be a father figure that is blocking you, right? You wanted to move forward, you wanted to plan your travel, and your father said lovingly, no, my dear child, you cannot go. So you started sulking and feeling like being sad, right? But your father maybe didn't want you to be too sad, so he or you started realizing something needed to change, and you realized that it's loving, right? Your father sometimes is doing things in a loving way. I mean, this could be it, right? Because it's a Scorpio, right? And so you are knowing you can go, right? You don't have to be worried that you cannot go next year for that surf trip to Costa Rica or something. The interesting thing is, remember, these are inspirations. I'm not here to give you, this is how it is. I give you an inspiration and I show and give you as many versions as I can. And I just saw there is a card that flipped over. Yeah, and it means in the financial situation you gotta hold on a little bit to the money, right? You go from 5 down to 4, and the sadness about the material, right? This is always the coins is the material, is like you gotta hold on a little bit to the financial situation. So make sure that you're not spending like crazy, but nevertheless plan your next action. Plan, emotionally plan your next actions, but make sure you're not just spending the money, right? Be a little bit, because this is the 4 of, it's the sun in Capricorn. This is for you. You know how to do this, right? Because it's the sun, it's your ego is holding on to the money. But holding on to the money doesn't mean that you not spending it, but you do spend it in the just the Capricorn right way, right? So you know how to externally save the money and make sure that you're not standing there and be like, okay, I have nothing, right? Okay, so these are 9. I'm gonna do 2 more shuffling, see if anything comes out. Oh, finish this. Wow, what are you doing here? So for me, this is the 2 of Cups, right? Like I talked about the reducing of the 2 people into 2 of Cups. And when you reduce 2 people, right, into their essence, then there is this magical moment, this soulmate feeling, right, that's coming through. But a soulmate feeling with yourself, right? A soulmate feeling of like you have found yourself so profoundly that now whoever comes, you can hang out with them, because there's no more searching for a partner that will create the mirror effect, right? And when we have a person in front of us that is pushing our buttons, our emotional buttons, right, then it means we haven't yet found our own healing. And since the sun in ego it's not looking at it, she has her eyes closed, she's feeling it. You feeling in love with yourself, you feeling happy with yourself, right? And yes, sometimes you have these moments. We all have them, right? A moment of like, right, we go within and we're like, we cannot handle it, right? The situation right now, the lockdown for a lot of people is intense again, right? For me, it's like, okay, I can paint, and I decided, I haven't made the full decision yet, but I decided to not do any reading from the 21st, and also go deeply within, because we have the lockdown here until the 10th of January, and I have to see what I'm going to do, right? But at the same time, I also know now it's a time where people need these readings, need an inspiration, need a little help, but I need to paint. I have to see. I decide on the 21st. The message will come. But again, understand that my readings, it's all about, of course, if you find this love with yourself, right? The sun in Capricorn. And here the Two of Cups is always Venus in Cancer. And Cancer is opposite you. This is then when, again, in summer, we are out and we are loving and we are creating a beautiful energy. This is Cancer, is opposite you. Right? So you almost intuitive know that there is a time coming where you can again go and be outwards and could find then the soulmate. Until then, love yourself completely, thoroughly, fully. And then at the bottom of the deck, you will see that the money is coming, right? No more sitting here, no more, right? You go from 5 to 4 to a deep self-love, because this is Capricorn, right? The sun in Capricorn, to the Ace of Coins, and you are an earth, right, sign, and you know what it means to attend the earth, to attend the belongings, the material, right? You hold very clearly this coin in your hands. You are like mothering it even, right? You know very clearly how to work with this. Clarification just for one card. I want one card for the Five of Pentacles. Just what is it really that made you go so sad? $12:30. I have an appointment. I'm going into the ice cold water again. King of Air. It's very interesting because you feel the energies of this darker and darker and darker, right? Sometimes it can be two people. It can be a Scorpio or an Aquarius, but here, this, it's very amazing. You feel that two planets are leaving you. Two planets, two men, two court cards came up. And of course, Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, Mars. And of course, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. So it's not the two planets that are moving out of you. But nevertheless, you feel that. Or you feel, right, because this is November, from the end of October to the end of November, and this is after you, the time. This is the time where you are feeling heavy, feeling sad, or there's two people, two women, two men, it doesn't matter, right? If you a female watching this, then you can, either way, you know, when you look at the dates, right? Who are these people? This is a Scorpio and this is an Aquarius. But for some reason you feel the energy, right? Moving deeper and deeper down now into the winter. And the winter time, right? Winter is not happening yet, but winter is happening with you on the 21st. Right? So there could be two people, two men, and you're sad about them. Friends that disappoint you, right? Could be that that is what's happening. And the number 16, the tower, at the bottom. Yeah, a world has crashed. Corona has created this because this is the crown falling down, right? In most decks, you can see literally a crown falling down, a lightning coming down, a shift, a change in our way of perceiving this world. This is why you feel like this. But look, you start fresh, right? Because you remember good times. You remember good times. And you have a choice. You're making a choice, and you making the choice to be again in the fire, in the external, in the action. This is earth and fire. All the pages are going into the earth element, but then the page of wands has fire, fire and earth. You again go for the creative spark, which will create a financial situation, also a certain love for yourself, like I said, and of course a new energy, a new financial energy will come back to you. So yeah, a lot going on. You will feel this, right? Very clearly you will feel this, but you will be okay. You will come out of this, like we all, right? So you, like me, now I had to use the iPad to do this videos, right? And of course I had to arrange it because it has a total different camera setting, and it's okay, right? I will do it like this. And if I feel it's not really working, then it means I have to go within. I also have to listen to this, and I'm lifting up the card, and it's everything has a reason. Look who's here, the Queen of Earth. Yeah, this is bringing you deeper to who you are. This is making you fall in love with yourself. Wow. You find the soulmate within yourself. And because of that, God is saying good, or creator or the universe saying good, I send you another financial. And underneath the coin is the Ace of Swords, which is clear thought, and knowing that this is just a thinking, a way of thinking. Wow, so cool. There we are, right? This is it. I sometimes feel like the reading is not finished, and then I'm talking and talking, and we do know, right, Corona time was intense for a lot of people, and now we're closing again. But nevertheless, you will arrive at yourself in full amount, and trust me, the financial situation will bring a new clear thought to you. Anyway, wow, so I'm happy I was able to do this reading for you, my dear Capricorn. Love and light to you. I will make a video, an announcement on the 21st of December, see if I will do still tarot readings, or if I also will pull back a little bit and start drawing all these major arcana cards. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me. Namaste.